psychology of cultivation, the essence of learning. So if you think about boiling down tens of thousands, literally, of studies on how learning happens, broadly defined, whether it's learning a phone number or learning that life goes better when we listen first and talk later, right? Or learning how to subtly shift attention when you're in a meditation hall this morning and it's a little noisy. That's learning, right? How does learning happen? Learning fundamentally, usually, is a two-stage process that moves from information, including conscious experiences, sights, sounds, tastes, touches, and smells, things being pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, desires, volitions, and so forth. Information is held, in effect, in short-term buffers, and then it gets transferred to long-term storage. Or to say that same thing a little differently, there's a movement from state to trait, from activation to installation. The basic idea? That's kind of it, in a nutshell. And what's really interesting is how little attention has been paid, I think, to learning. We go to school, we learn all kinds of stuff. I was never taught how to learn. Nobody sat me down and said, by the way, Rick, if you want to steepen your learning curve, whether it's memorizing the multiplication tables or becoming a more skillful therapist or a more skillful meditator, let's say, this is how it works. Nobody ever did that. So that's what I'm exploring here, especially the second stage, installation, because that's the one, as you'll hear me say momentarily, that I think we tend to routinely overlook, me included. Right? What does this mean? It means that if we want to develop or cultivate wholesome qualities of mind and heart, inner strengths, mindfulness, loving kindness, compassion, wise view, secure attachment, happiness altogether, resting state mood that becomes increasingly eudaimonic, as Alan was talking about it, more of a sense of fulfillment, meaning and purpose in life. The process of doing that is to have experiences, have states of those wholesome thoughts, feelings, motivations, sensations, perceptions, and so forth, and then convert them, install them into traits. We do not have a brain. We do not have a technology like in the movie The Matrix with Neo. You plug a cable into the back of the head. You can now do kung fu, fly a helicopter. I want to see the one where you become the world's greatest lover, but I don't think that's going to happen. But, we don't have a brain like that. The brain is old school. It's like a cassette recorder. You record the song by playing it. Wholesome traits are grown from wholesome states that are then installed. In other words, we become more compassionate by having repeated experiences of compassion, states that, crucially, leave lasting residues behind, get encoded into neural structure. We become more grateful, we become courageous, we become more dedicated to the welfare of others, we become more mindful by having experiences of these beneficial states that become installed increasingly as beneficial traits. As a very interesting and useful detail, most beneficial experiences, I mean beneficial as leading to happiness and welfare of oneself and often others as well. Harmful as that which leads to suffering and harm for oneself and often others as well. Most beneficial experiences are enjoyable. They're hedonically positive. They're pleasant. That's because as our ancestors evolved, those experiences, as Paul was talking about, that promoted survival, living to see the sunrise, passing on genes that passed on genes, those experiences were beneficial, and animals that evolved associated experiences of reward so that they would seek out those experiences, be motivated to have them. Those animals were more likely to live to see the sunrise. Rule one in the wild is eat lunch today, don't be lunch today, right? These experiences feel good because they are good for ourselves and others. Certainly some beneficial experiences, like healthy remorse, don't feel enjoyable. Compassion itself has a bittersweet quality, of course, as we open to the suffering of others, right? Certainly some experiences that are enjoyable are not beneficial, like that rush of anger, as the Buddha put it. I think it's honeyed barb and poison tip, right? But on the whole, it's very interesting that the enjoyability of an experience is usually a clue as to its benefits. It feels good because it is good. It's easy to dismiss these days. You know, enjoyable, hedonically pleasant, so-called positive experiences as trivial. You know, a Hallmark card, la-di-da, California. I'm from California, of course. And I think, why? Like, wouldn't you wish for your loved ones, your children, your friends, other beings to have, you know, wholesome, beneficial, wholesome, enjoyable experiences? Why not wish that for oneself, right? And their enjoyability is an indicator that they are probably good for you, and they are a motivator to sustain experiences of them, which will promote their, installation. Okay? So, now, key point, without installation, there's no lasting value. It was a nice experience. It was a good moment. Washed through the brain, fine. But it left no lasting trace behind. There was no learning, no development, no growth, no conversion from state to truth. I think that's the dirty little secret. In psychotherapy, mindfulness training, raising children, coaching, character education, etc., 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 we tend to be quite good at activation, but not so good at installation.